Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently in this position. There are a lot of enemies, and they're not particularly huge. They did just get a charge off on our quick draw here, which is a little bit unfortunate. Our quick draw was knocked down, so we're going to need to move up to defend our quick draw, and I think we can hit this adder quite easily in theory. I definitely want to kick it, and do we want to kick it from a rear arc here? That's the question. What's our chance of overheat? Reasonably high. I think we take this. It's a risk that I'm willing to take. Get in there.
Move order received.
We need to start eliminating some of these guys. Oh, we missed on 91% on the kick. That sucks.
No love on that strike.
That really sucks. However, the adder is still dead. Okay, so there's those AP Gauss dealt with. The problem here is that we have no evasive pip with our rear arc up there. However, we do have these buildings as some sort of cover, so with any luck, that'll be okay. Now let's look at clustering for our Arrow 4. Any good clusters of enemies to fire at? Not particularly, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to work on this exterminator up here. He is definitely going to need some armor strip going on. So let's get in there with a standard Arrow 4.
Our primary target is taking damage.
He is actually immediately unsteady. I like that. Who else do they move? They have a million enemies out there, and it's going to be this Talon. Let's see what it does. We are at 60% of the escorts destroyed. So that means that the escorts were a lance of, let's see, 20% each. So that was a full star.
Something I can do.
Okay, the Veagle is going to move slightly to, like, here.
Speed there in the chair.
And we're going to fire on this Zoria. We are, of course, looking to eliminate it. I don't know that we'll succeed. In fact, we almost certainly won't.
Acknowledge.
We did get our tag to hit, but our ERPPC did not. Okay. Phase 15. There are so many enemies. They're just everywhere. However, I think we're in a reasonable position here. Is this one of the escorts? There's also these two up here. There's these 4, or actually 5, out over here. Stinger pulls back. Fair enough.
Yes, Commander.
I think I'm going to send the Hunchy up over this direction
Copy that.
to start working on engaging these guys. Now, we can see the Exterminator, but our hit odds are better on the Talon, and that's what we'll go for. We did manage to hit the Talon, so that's great. Phase 14. They have 2 movers in Phase 14. There's so many of them. One of them was this Zoria, which I believe backed off.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Where did it back off to? Oh, that's a Thor artillery vehicle up there. Okay, that's good to know. We now know what has their thumper.
What do you need?
So our Hunchy is going to want to position, I guess, off over this direction. It's not particularly great, but it'll do. There's just so many enemies. Okay, our Centurion is going to move up over here.
Coordinates received.
And who are we going to shoot at? Probably the Exterminator, although these guys are currently grouped up, aren't they? Fascinating. Yeah, let's go ahead and lob a thumper at the Zoria here. And we'll also lob a few ATMs.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Nice. We did get some internal damage there. So that's great. Phase 11, who do they move? The Thor moves up. Goes for the single hunchback, and doesn't get a solid hit, so we don't build up all that instability. That's great. I'm very happy about that. Our quick draw will now stand up. Wonderful. And are we not capable of moving anywhere? No, we're only capable of... Wait, it's calculating. Never mind. We are capable of moving. We're going to move over to here. Actually, over to... here.
Position
And we're going to take a look at what we've got here in terms of hit odds. We've got 13.4, although 28.1 on the building. We've got much worse hit odds, although we can fire all of our medium lasers and our ER small at this fire moth. That definitely did hurt over on this left side. That charge. Okay, well, we'll pot shot this. I'm not expecting too much out of it. And yeah, we get nothing. That's fairly expected. Okay, phase 25. That's going to be their exterminator, jumping to a different building. Getting into direct LOS of our fire support over here.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
That's fascinating. Not, I think, what I would have done, but okay. This Centurion, I think we're going to peel off of this flank, and we're going to move up here. Perhaps up to... And we're still calculating. Perhaps up to around here.
Double time.
Okay,
Let's go.
that gives us moderate hit odds on these guys. And poor hit odds on the primary target. We could go for the building the target's on, but I think we don't. I think we go for the Talon over here. And we hope that we don't stray shot our Hunchy. But we could. Okay, that looks good.
Scarred a critical hit.
Nice upper arm destruction in that Talon. We'll see what these guys decide to do. They might pull back. Still lots of movement out on this flank. Lots and lots of movement. I mean, we know that there's a full star out here. It's not a particularly threatening star, but it is a star nonetheless. We have nearly eliminated a full star thus far. Fire Moth is hiding behind the building. Okay. Fair enough. Phase 21.
Waiting for orders.
Our Hunchy is actually capable of getting in here and kicking this Talon. And I really, really like this option. Get in there. Only a 59.2% chance of success on the kick.
Engaging.
But we did succeed it. We hit the leg. That was very laggy. I mean, this whole mission has been laggy. With this many enemies, yeah. But we got a solid hit in there. The Shadowhawk 2C is going to go for the Centurion, and it put down a good amount of damage there.
Ugh.
Ooh, that's really unlucky. Wait, Quick Draw is immediately bleeding out. 0 activations left. Eject now or die? What? What's going on here? We'll look at that as soon as it's our move.
Reporting minimal damage.
Can I please look at that? That would be really nice. That was just a single stray shot. The Talon moves up. Goes for that rear attack on the Ghost that we were concerned about.
They're banging through my armor.
It's still the enemy turn, by the way. There are so many enemies. Yeah, that Ghost, missing that 91% attack is costing us tremendously right now. It's very unfortunate.
Ready for
Okay, so our
orders.
Blackjack is going to... Oh, wait, before we do this, we have to look at this quick draw. Unsettled. Concussed. Internal bleeding. Yeah, so we have to eject Sarge this turn. Now, we can't currently, but that is bonkers that we get a bleed out with 0 activations remaining. Just instant. We have to eject. We're going to come over here, and we're going to drop an arrow 4 on this Mist Lynx. And do what we can over here.
Copy that.
That is just so unfortunate that it was also a stray shot on top of that. And then on top of that, we get a bad shot on the arrow 4. But sure. The ghost is, I think... Man, we took so much damage from missing that melee. So much damage. I'm going to Vigilance the ghost right now. And we are going to need to calculate this movement, of course. So it's calculating. We can move. There we go. We're going to move up over this way, and it's our left side that we are concerned about.
All right.
Now, I'm also concerned that they're going to come up and rear arc attack us. There's no doubt about that. But we'll go for this Talon and see what we can get done here. Probably very little, and to that end, we can't fire very much because of overheats. Can't fire very much at all, in fact. We actually just need to not fire. Okay.
Receiving you.
So our Veagle can move or stay put, but we are going to move up to here. And with that, we can fire on this Exterminator or the building the Exterminator is on. We're going to fire for the Exterminator. We did tag him. And that does destroy the building he's on. Okay. The Bandit moves up. Goes for our Hunchi's side arc. Does a little damage there.
Yep.
So our 4x1 at this point is going to move up over
I'll do
here
what I can.
and engage this Stinger. Absolutely. Fire on him.
Acknowledged.
We did hit with the Gauss. Oh, and that's a kill. Fantastic.
That one's gone.
Okay, so that's 80% of the escorts and 20% of the support lance, so we have eliminated a full star at this point. We do have to eject our quick draw, assuming the game allows us to. That was so unfortunate that that stray shot just happened to create a bleed with 0 activations remaining in our heaviest mech.
Enemy flanking.
Like, really unfortunate. Okay, so at this point, this is our Thumper Centurion. Okay. Our Thumper Centurion is going to stay put. And we're looking for clusters of enemies. Not seeing any. We're going to go for the Zoria here. And the reason for that is we're hoping to get a kill through this exposed portion.
On it.
We missed the ATM and only did a little damage into the exposed portion with the Thumper. And no ejection. Okay. The Thor moves up. Goes for the Hunchi. It does get a little internal damage there, and we need to check where.
Armor blow through. Internal damage.
The Zoria moves up. Also goes for the Hunchi. Okay, it's in an arm.
My mech's coming apart around me.
Oh, I'm aware. So let's see. In this arm, there's nothing in that arm. I'm not too concerned about it.
Aye, aye.
So we have to eject the quick draw right now. Or else we lose the pilot. And I'm really sad about it. We got such little done with that quick draw just because we got unlucky with that stray shot. The Mist Lynx moves up. Doesn't do anything. Like, that quick draw had so much damage potential left in it. It had so much armor still. It was so unlucky that we got a 0 activation remaining bleed out from a stray shot. A single stray shot. absurdly unlucky. The Fire Moth moves up. Goes for that Hunchy. This isn't shocking.
I'm getting my ass kicked.
Okay. So at this
Good to
point,
go.
our Hunchy now moves. We are going to go for this Fire Moth. Can we get around behind it? I feel like we should be able to get around behind it here. And we can move behind it, but we can't melee behind it, I guess? Oh, we just can't melee because of our instability. We might be able to Vigilance and then melee? Let's see. No, we just can't melee it. Okay, so we're going to move around behind it. We did Vigilance, and we will be in cover. So we will position here,
confirmed.
and we're in range of our Wrecking Ball. So hopefully we'll do some damage to it. And yeah, I would call that some
Solid connection
damage.
on that one.
Okay. Which direction are we supposed to be facing here? This way. That's more like it. I'm really upset about the quick draw. Okay. Going for the Veagle. That is a really nice LOS for us.
Okay. That hurt.
LRM 10 Zeus. Okay.
Standing by.
So at this point, the Ghost is going to sprint to here. We could fire on this guy. Hit odds aren't great. We could fire on the Talon. Hit odds are mediocre. Or we could go for the Fire Moth, and this is probably going to be a kill. We will fire the SRMs and build up a little heat. We'll not fire the lasers, I think.
Target locked.
Okay. The pilot's bleeding out.
Reporting critical hit.
That's a knockdown on the Fire Moth on top of that. Okay, there we go. The Fire Moth is down. Perfect. So that's 40% of the support lance. The Stormcrow moves up. Fires on the Hunchback, gets a couple of hits in, but we're in cover and braced. So overall, that's not the worst. Boy, I wish we had a quick draw to engage this Talon. Okay, some damage to the Ghost there, but its armor is holding for now. It won't hold for too much longer.
Commander.
At this point, our Veagle is absolutely going to stay put and go, actually maybe even close in a little bit and go for this Exterminator. Yeah, we'll close in slightly.
Move order received.
And then we will go for this. Now, one hit will make him unsteady. So we'll fire the bolt-on rockets and the ATMs after everything else. I'm also going to fire the ERPPC after the AP Gausses, in hopes that this firing order will affect our hit odds. I'm not sure that they will. That should be a knockdown, though.
I'm out of short-range missiles.
Yes, there's the knockdown. Fantastic. So that Exterminator is going to be in a very, very bad situation very quickly. Phase 18. This lance over, or rather this star over here has me worried. As of right now.
I'm here.
We're going to close in with this Centurion to this position.
Affirmative.
And yeah, we did know about the Thor over there. We're going to go ahead and fire on this Talon and try to do as much damage in the front arc as we can.
Fire an owl weapon.
That was reasonably solid damage into the Talon. The Talon hasn't moved yet this round, which is unfortunate. We'll see what it decides to do. It moves right now. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to run. And charge our Veagle. Oh, that sucks. That was something that I definitely didn't consider to be a possibility. And he hit the Veagle as well. That's a knockdown, of course.
Commander,
Okay.
I'm wounded.
So our Blackjack is going to move in over here.
Copy that.
And I feel like going for the exterminator, but I also feel like that's not necessarily the best choice here. We could just ER large laser the Talon. This may get a knockdown on it.
Lockdown.
Into the CT. Okay, that's not going to be a knockdown.
Victorious.
Phase 16. What do they got? Also, where's our structure exposure on the Veagle? In this arm? What's in that arm? We don't know.
They're getting the angle on me.
Okay, that's the Thor. We definitely need to respond to that. This Hunchy needs to move. Luckily, it moves in phase 22. And can I please see what's in that Veagle's arm? That would be awfully nice. Where are we? We need to be turned this direction, I think? No, this direction. Okay. What's in this arm? That's where the Clan ER PPC is. Okay. Good to know. The 4X1 is going to move to this position. Our LOS is obstructed, but our hit odds are good enough that I think we take this and hope that we don't shoot the arm off the Talon. That's where the Arrow 4 is. That would be annoying. Okay. Perfect. So there's the escorts done. That Talon is now dead.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Yeah, I knew that you probably would take a hit there. Actually, was it the Centurion that took the hit? I'm not sure. Who did they move phase 15? Okay, that's just the bandit hovercraft over there. Phase 14. The Zoria is going to go for the Hunchy, for sure. Only one hit, not too bad. Okay. Phase 13. They still outnumber us, I believe. Or very close to it. Especially with losing the quick draw early like that. Man, that was unlucky. Well, what do we got? Okay, phase 12. So this is going to be our Centurion here. Our Centurion is going to move to right here, and we are going to hit this Exterminator as hard as we can in direct mode with the ATMs as well. We missed with the Thumper, which isn't shocking. And the ATM-6 didn't do too much. Phase 24. I still feel outnumbered. Well, that's because we are. We've got 5 over here. We've got 2 up here, or 3 up here, rather. That's 8. And then we've got this guy here. So that's 9 to our 7. So we are still outnumbered. Okay. They're continuing to miss the Hunchback. That's lucky.
Damage is minor, Commander.
Phase 21. They have another mover. This is starting to look like a juicy target for our artillery if they still are clustered. Ooh, even more juicy. If they're still clustered like that when our artillery moves. Now, this Centurion is going to close in over here.
10-4.
And we are going to look at taking out this Exterminator. Light him up. Slug? No, I want cluster. As the structure exposure and the stealth armor destroyed on the Exterminator, that pilot also has a lot of injuries building up.
Orders?
Okay, this Hunchback needs to defend its right flank. Let's put it over here, approximately, maybe even here. Like this. Okay, we could go for the Shadowhawk, or we could go for the Exterminator. I think we're just going to Vigilance the Hunchback and call it good for now.
Standing by.
Okay, the 4X1 is absolutely going to move up here and look to finish off this Exterminator. This should, in theory, be a kill.
Aye, aye. Engaging target.
There we go. Target is eliminated. Where is the evac point? Do we want to evac? Evac point is through this star. Not tremendously helpful, if I'm honest. Let's move up with this Ghost.
Moving at full throttle.
And I would love to go for this Zoria back here. Let's go ahead and do that in... Or maybe the Thor would be better hit odds. Way better hit odds. We'd only drop a couple of hit odds for the Inferno rounds, but at the same time we'd also only get one more damage. So let's just fire Listen Kill SRMs. Okay, reasonable damage into that Thor.
Watch my heat.
Oh, I'm aware of your heat. The Shadowhawk is going to fire at the downed Beagle. This isn't shocking.
Not much armor left in that location.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. We're just happy he didn't kill the ERPPC there. All things considered. There's still another full star out there, guys. This is a lot of enemies. Okay, did they move this formation over here? A little bit, I think.
Order.
But it's still pretty tempting for our artillery. We're going to move our Blackjack up to here, and we are going to fire on whoever our hit odds are best on, which is actually the Shamash. Do it.
Firing a full salvo.
That was a solid hit right there. Quite a lot of damage into that.
Over the
Wonderful.
red line.
Phase 16, they're going to move the Shamash now. And let's see what they decide to do with it. They're firing on the Blackjack, and then they're going to ace pilot. Sure. The Blackjack is perfectly comfortable with this right now. We did just get a good chunk of damage into these guys. And then it moves through the fire and takes a little bit more damage. Phase 15. That'll be the Thor, and we're a little concerned about the Thor. Oh. Well, if that's what it wants to do, I'll allow it.
Damage minimal.
I'm completely okay with that.
Waiting for
So
order.
at this point, our Centurion is still interested, I think, in dropping artillery here. So we're going to position it over here. And, oh, is this out of range? I think that's out of range of our Thumper. In that case, maybe we're going to go for the Zoria. No, we just need this to be an indirect mode. What am I talking about? Can we not? There we go. This is much better. We're going to go for, at this point, the Mist Links. Although our hit odds are low, we'll see where this Thumper ends up hitting. Solid. We'll take that. Okay, the Zoria moves up, goes for the Centurion. That's a structure exposure and quite... Well, that was unfortunate. That was a whole lot of hits into the leg where the LBX slug ammo was.
Orders.
Like, I would say that that was caused by not having case there, but honestly...
Regain 40.
I wouldn't have expected there to be that many hits in that situation. Like, right in that one leg. That leg was still pretty fresh. We need to not fire the ERPPC here, although, what if we were to fire it at the Shadowhawk 2C? Yeah, let's do this.
Fire.
Okay. Good damage there. Good damage.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Okay.
My mech is overheating.
So losing that Centurion is definitely painful, and I think we lost the pilot too. Like, if we look at this, Wildfire is probably dead. Which we've been losing a lot of pilots since this update, and I'm not necessarily okay with that. Like, we've been losing too many pilots. Okay. Continuing to go for the Hunchy. Like, what happened to the quick draw wouldn't have happened before the latest update, for sure. Let's move the Hunchy. Maybe we come in and melee the Thor?
Standing by.
I mean, our armor's real low. Let's do it. Not from that angle, from this angle.
Roger.
Okay, we did manage to hit the melee. That's great. And some damage to that Thor.
AC-20 ammo gone.
Indeed. We're still outnumbered. Okay, that's a whole bunch of misses on the Blackjack. That's good.
Not much armor left in that location.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think anything hit you. If I'm honest. That Lacerator moves up, and the Lacerator is definitely the threat there.
Receiving you.
Our Blackjack is, I think, going to back off here.
Acknowledged.
And we're going to drop an Inferno Arrow 4 on this Zoria and go for the kill on it. We need these guys up here eliminated. Now. That's another hit into its...
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Another hit into its exposed structure, but we're just not getting what we need to get the kill
I'm
there.
receiving you.
The Ghost is going to step forward to here, into cover, and we're going to try to take this thing out. It's only got 5 HP left here.
All right.
There we go. Okay, the Zoria is dead.
Fragged a vehicle.
Fantastic.
Keep an eye on my heat, Commander.
Phase 15. This guy doesn't move until phase 10. We have 3 movers right now. So the Veagle can go for this Shadowhawk, or the building the Shadowhawk is standing on. Well, what side is this? Is this the Veagle's or the Shadowhawk's strong side? It is. We would have to not fire the ERPPC. I'm going to Vigilance the Veagle because our armor is very low. And then we're going to pot shot this and just hope for the best.
Roger that.
Okay. He's no longer unsteady. We need to, or he is unsteady, rather. We need to move up with our Hunchy, but we don't quite get LOS here.
Let's move.
Sad. That'll have to be next round.
Standing by.
The Centurion is, I think, absolutely going to drop a thumper on this Shadowhawk. Okay. Additional damage going in there. Phase 14. This star is continuing to close in. We need to eliminate this Thor and this Shadowhawk as soon as we can. Reminder, we were outnumbered 2-1 when we started this. We have evened it up, but it's not completely even yet. Okay, a little damage to the Ghost, we don't mind.
That could have been worse.
Indeed, it could have.
Give them everything you've got.
Phase 22, who do they move? It's going to be this Lacerator. Okay, that's fine. Completely missed everything.
Damage minimal.
Great. Next up, it's got those Ultra AC5s. Who do they move next? I think they have a second Lacerator over there. Ow. Okay. The second Lacerator is definitely slightly problematic to us. We're going to move up with our Hunchy here, and we don't have the heavy rifle. We should use the Hunchy for punching then, for sure. We're going to go over here and attack the Thor, I think in its rear arc. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that we actually kill the Thor here.
Targeting for
We kind of need to. That's 50 damage. Plus the Wrecking Ball. Okay, the Thor is dead. Fantastic.
One more for the trash heap.
So now all that's left up here is the Shadowhawk. And it doesn't move until next phase. And we can move our Ghost in, hopefully for the kill, but I kind of doubt it. Maybe for a knockdown. That Mist Lynx is going to back off a little bit. Now, this is still looking very, very juicy for artillery.
Yes, Commander.
But our Ghost is going to sprint in. Is this really all the further we can sprint? We're just going to move in then. I really, really strongly dislike this position.
Order acknowledged.
But we are running very hot. We're going to Vigilance the Ghost. And we just have to do whatever we can to this guy. What if we also fire this medium laser? Okay, I think that's acceptable odds. All in armor. Sad.
My SRMs are out.
The Shadowhawk is going to immediately move,
My heat gauge is getting pretty high.
and we'll see what it does. It jumps again. Goes for the Beagle. It crit the PPC, but it didn't destroy it.
This isn't looking so good.
Okay. So, at
Ready
this
for
point,
orders.
our Beagle is going to step back,
Moving out.
and we're going to look to make this guy unsteady.
I'll make them.
That's a full-on building destruction. That's kind of huge, actually. That's a lot of fall damage. He actually ejected. So that did kill the Shadowhawk. So all that's left now is this star over here. Okay, and we have to get through them to evac. The Shamash moves out of that group, goes for the Blackjack. We're going to be moving the Blackjack in just a moment here. Okay,
Yes, Commander.
so the Blackjack is going to step down here.
Move order received.
There we go. And we're going to go for the Bandit with Inferno Aeroforce. Only a little damage there. The Bandit moves through the fire. I'm sure it took some burn damage there. Rear arc attacking the Ghost, which we are going to pivot
That
around.
could have been worse. I'm here.
Okay. The 4X1 is pretty fresh. I want the 4X1 to be the one to
Roger.
spearhead this, I think.
Let's
Okay.
do this.
This Centurion is also fairly fresh, so we'll move it up
Got it.
for LOS. And these guys are pretty spread out at this point. Do we go for the Lacerator for Armor Shred here? I feel like we do. That's a lot of AMS. Okay.
Let's hit them hard.
Good to know. Mistlinks moves up. Does not fire.
Standing by.
Okay. We're going to swing our Ghost around,
Confirmed.
move it to here, and brace to sink heat. That's a whole lot of misses on the Centurion. I like it.
Reporting major armor loss.
I don't see a major armor loss. I don't think they hit you, sir. Okay, the Stormcrow moves up as well. We've got a good firing corridor here, if we can utilize it. That one hit a bit. No doubt about that. No doubt at all. And the Stormcrow ace pilots up. Okay. It's looking semi-reasonable. We see all of them grouped together fairly close. Armor has been shredded off of quite a lot of them. The Bandit hovercraft just moved out over this direction. I'm not sure exactly
Good to
where.
go.
This Hunchback is not doing the best in terms of armor. We would prefer to keep him sheltered.
Yes, Commander.
This Centurion is, I think, going to step forward here to about this location.
Roger.
We're going to Vigilance. And then I'd like to go for... I think we're going to go for the front guy here, the Stormcrow. Our hit odds are best on him. And let's go into direct thumper mode.
Locking in all weapon systems.
Okay. That's so much AMS over here. There's definitely a good thumper hit that happened, though, so that's good.
Receiving you.
Our Veagle is going to slowly make its way over this way. It also is pretty low on armor,
Moving fast.
so we would prefer to not really utilize it. Base 13 is going to be their Shamash, which is going to move through the fire, for sure. But we'll see where it decides to move to. Fires on the Centurion and misses. I like it. And where does it move to? Through the fire and back. Okay.
Standing by.
So our 4x1 is absolutely going to sprint up here. That does just squeak it into LOS. I like it. And we are going to fire on whoever we have the best hit odds on, which is actually this Stormcrow, this Lacerator over here. So we will go ahead and fire on this.
Okay, I'm on it.
Not even a single stray shot. Sad.
Damn it, I missed.
Very, very sad indeed.
Standing by.
Our Blackjack is also going to move up here.
Aye, aye.
And at this point, we need to be firing Inferno Arrow 4s. So I think we're going to fire on this front Stormcrow once again, although they do have the AMS. We'll risk it.
Engaging with target.
The AMS got it. Sad.
Negative damage.
I was
Repeat,
hoping
negative damage.
that the AMS would be fully triggered, but no such luck. So the Mist Lynx is going to move next. Our plan here is to bait them into engaging us here and then sweep in with these flanking units, but we'll see how realistic that ends up being. They're pulling back a little bit. This is now a pretty juicy artillery target down here. We'll see if they keep stacking up there. Okay, more damage to that Centurion is okay. And it ace pilots forward, making this a good target for our Thumper, and this a good target for our Arrow 4. That Centurion is taking a bit of an armor beating. There's no doubt about that. Those Ultra AC5s doing some damage. We'll see where they decide to ace pilot to. Basically right where they were. Okay.
I'm here.
So our Ghost could come in here. I think I'm going to hold the Ghost in reserve for right now.
Waiting for orders.
And let's see what they do with their
Waiting for the
bandit.
right play.
Hello. Okay. Interesting.
Big hit. Big hit.
You're okay for now.
Ready for orders.
Not for too much longer, though, if I'm honest. We're going to move this Hunchy up over to here. And just brace it. Phase 16. They move their Shamash. It's going to move through the fire. So it'll take some burn damage there. It's got to be running really low on armor in some locations. They did stray shot their own Lacerator. I'm very happy to see that.
Minimal damage on that hit.
And then where do they ace pilot to? Okay. Sounds good to me.
Aye, aye.
So, our 4x1 is going to position here,
Acknowledged.
and we will fire on whoever we have the best hit odds on, which it would appear is this Stormcrow.
Roger.
Only 30 damage. That is... Oh, actually, that's a bleed out. We got a head hit out of that. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Ready for orders.
So our Blackjack here is obviously going to fire in indirect mode at this Shamash over here, where they don't have their AMS and where we can do a lot of damage with the Arrow 4 in infernal mode. Like that.
I think I hit something good.
I do too.
I'm out of long-range missiles.
So that Shamash should have at least one location that is exposed at this point. We're going to re-vigilance the Centurion. We're going to step it forward to be here. Now this is... can we get a little bit better of a location? Yes. Here.
Position
I wanted
confirmed.
the 2 evasive pips, but I also wanted to be in range of the Thumper. So our best hit odds on the Thumper are, in fact, on this Bandit hovercraft, and that is, in fact, what we will go for.
Firing all weapons.
Okay. Good amount of splash damage there.
Commander.
And now our Veagle is going to continue to close
On
in.
my way. Double time.
And then
Yes,
our
Commander.
Ghost is, I think, just going to continue to be held in reserve
Confirmed.
for right now.
Holding and cooling.
Okay. Phase 22. That is going to be one of these guys, the Mistlynx or the Shamash. And it's the Mistlynx. Has AP Gauss? Okay, good to know.
Armor holding.
It's a nice cluster right now. We'll see if they move it. Phase 20 is going to be this Lacerator. I was hoping that they would start shooting at our 4x1. Ooh, that's a charge on the Centurion. Okay. And another hit. Wow, they've hit all of their charges. That charge actually was a head hit.
Commander!
And a leg destruction. Okay. Well, that does break their formation. So at this point, we should be completely okay to move in like this. Now, this would be our right side, so our left side would be exposed to them. We move in like this and hit this Stormcrow in the rear
I
arc.
copy.
Like this. Sadly, we didn't break the armor. But that is a knockdown. Excellent. Now, they just didn't fire.
I'm here.
We're going to move up with our Hunchy into this position. And we're going to go for this Stormcrow. Okay, there's some decent damage to it. I would have liked more, but here we are. Yeah. Engine destruction there from the torso. Man! There's just so many enemies in this. When they can just charge you with impunity like that, and you can't respond to all of them, it just is what it is. I think that's 2 more pilot deaths. Plus the quick draw going out that quick. We've gotten very unlucky with a lot of these rolls. Like, there's really no way around it. We've gotten incredibly unlucky.
I'm receiving you.
So at this point, the Ghost is going to move in and I think go for the rear arc of this Lacerator. Or maybe we go for the kill on this Lacerator. But the armor is so high. I think we come in here and go next round for the other Lacerator. So we fire these in dead fire mode for sure. Yeah, go for it. Okay, that Lacerator is dead.
Mech destroyed.
But man, 2 more pilot deaths. We're really, really losing pilots a lot. At least we're assuming that both of these... Well, Wildfire, it doesn't say is dead. Blaze, on the other hand, is. So only 1 pilot death, but even so... I mean, we've gotten some relatively bad luck rolls
Commander.
defensively against their charges. There's no doubt about that.
Got it.
But to a large degree, this is happening because of the severe numerical advantage that they had. Like I said, they outnumbered us 2-1 at the beginning of this.
Negative damage.
This is going to be very painful to repair. No doubt about it. The quick draw won't be too bad. The 2 Centurions, that's going to be tough. Okay, so the Mistlynx is going to jump. And completely miss the 4x1. Sure, that's okay. I mean, we're still going to win this.
I'm here.
We can position, say, here
Location confirmed.
with our Ghost. Now, our Ghost is pretty damaged. No doubt about that one. We could go for this electrical transformer. And I think that's what we're going to do. It has 50 HP, so we're going to not fire the SRMs or the machine gun.
Acknowledge.
There we go.
Target destroyed.
Excellent. So there's the mist links down. All we've got left is the 2 vehicles.
Waiting for
So
orders.
this Hunchy... Oh, right, we've still got this Lacerator. We're going to definitely melee it, although apparently we can't. Why can't we melee with this Hunchback? Can we choose a different position to melee from, maybe? I would prefer to be over on, like, this side. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it.
Move order received. Putting my weight.
Okay, so it's now down to phase 1. It's a lot more armor removed, but it's not dead yet.
Standing by.
The 4X1 is going to step forward and look for finishing this Lacerator off.
Copy that.
We got crits, but no destruction.
Critical hit.
Pilot ejection. Okay. We'll take that. So now they've got their bandit. We'll see what they do with it. The Shamash should kill itself by moving through this fire, I believe. Okay. Phase 14, we've got our Blackjack, which is capable of moving up to here and firing on the bandit, but we're probably not going to hit.
Aye, aye.
Yeah, didn't expect much out of that.
Reporting. Negative damage.
Okay. Continuing to go for the ghost, but that's fine. It should move through the fire and
Minimal
die,
damage.
in theory. There we go. Okay. So now the Veagle is going to sprint forward a bit. It can't really bring its weapons to bear,
Hit him hard.
but there's only one enemy remaining.
Receiving you.
So now, this Hunchy is going to move down to here. All it can do is fire its machine gun.
Affirmative.
And we'll see what we get there. 2 damage. Perfect.
Receiving you.
Our Blackjack is going to step forward
to
as
position.
well and fire the ER large.
Confirm.
A solid hit. I believe that was in the front, what's this called? Yeah, just front. We're getting very close to taking it out. The 4X1 could position up here for a clear LOS, and that's what we'll do. It's only, it's a sprint, so it's not going to be the best hit odds, but we'll give it a go.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Actually, that was really solid. Unfortunately, we spread our damage out,
I'm receiving you.
but the ghost can now come on in,
Roger.
and I think we're out of listen kill ammo. Yeah, we are, but we have much better hit odds with Inferno, and so we shall fire them.
Roger. Keep an eye on my heat,
And
Commander.
he gets to move. Sad. Very little HP left there. Maybe he moves through the fire and dies? That's a negative, and he destroys our small pulse laser.
I lost
I mean, that's not the biggest deal.
Waiting for orders.
It is definitely unfortunate, but it's okay. We'll move up to here, and hopefully not stray shot. Our hit odds aren't good.
Second.
I can't take much more of this.
And we did stray shot. Perfect.
Standing by.
Our ghost is going to move in here, and we're going to go for the front melee attack. Apparently we can only charge from here. Yeah, our heat is up there, to be sure. We'll just position here,
Affirmative.
and we'll not fire the lasers.
Roger that. Confirmed.
11 internal damage wasn't enough to do the trick.
Critical hit, Commander. Watch my heat.
Okay. Well, the Hunchy will close in over here. And we'll go for the melee attack. And this should finish it. There we go.
Another target.
That was a lot of enemies. Yeah, we took a lot of damage. Losing a pilot is the thing that hurts the most here. The Centurions are going to require repair of a pretty dramatic nature. Our other mechs are going to require some level of repair. All of them. That was just a lot of enemies, and some of them were way heavier than anything that we had. Well, how heavy was that executioner? We'll find out in a moment. But they definitely outweighed us and outnumbered us, and we still came out on top. It's just we had some pretty severe losses. Yeah, look at that Centurion there. And that one, for that matter. In both cases, it was mostly a charge, wasn't it? I think. But we did lose Blade, which was unfortunate. I mean, he was new, so it's not the end of the world. They want the Lacerator parts, and I'm going to refuse. Okay, let's see what we get here. I wish I knew what we got before I had to refuse, but yeah, that Exterminator was a 65-tonner. We're going to grab that part for sure. And are any of these stacked up? That's a negative. Okay, so I think what we're going to grab here is AP Gauss rifles are real good. We're going to grab those. A Gauss rifle HA-20. We're going to grab that for sure. And I think we lost one of our thumpers, so we'll grab another one to replenish that, and then we'll just see what we get from the roulette. Let's see. Okay, some mediocre parts. A heavy laser, that's nice. Small laser, blah, blah, blah. A clan army. Let's see, do we care about these? Yeah, those are okay. Small laser, we do have 4 of them. I'll keep that one around, but probably no more. Clan armor, SLDF cockpit, a comm suite, not too bad. A couple of standard heat sinks, SLDF sensors that we'll keep around. High explosive AMS ammo, we'll keep that too. And mag shot ammo. Okay, sounds good. So as far as the repairs go, this is going to be very expensive. Probably to the point where, in terms of payment only, we did not make a profit from this mission, I believe. I'm expecting like 600, 700 KC bills here. And that's not counting fully refitting those Centurions, which is going to be interesting. Absolutely interesting. But yeah, I mean, I mostly feel like we had some bad luck there. We weren't able to really bring our quick draw to bear because we had the stray shot that immediately got us bleeding out with 0 turns remaining, and we had to eject the quick shot immediately. And then we had the Centurion where it was, I believe it was a front arc, and everything happened to hit the same leg. Ooh, unrecoverable. Okay. Both of them are unrecoverable. Wow. Well then, that has an effect on the landscape. Yeah, we knew that Blade was going to die. Everybody else is okay. So, as far as the 2 Centurions being unrecoverable, that was definitely unexpected. I expected maybe one of them. Now we've got the Shadowhawk 2C, and that's okay. What do we want to bring up to replace the other Centurion, is the question. I mean, I'd love for it to be a heavy, but we don't have a heavy available right now. As far as mediums go, well, for one thing, I think I'm going to scrap these Thunderer parts. There we go. Now we could get a Gladiator good to go here. Not the greatest in terms of hard points. For sure. Not the greatest at all. And we're kind of lacking in a lot of parts down over here. I think at this point, though, beggars can't be choosers, and we're going to have to ready the Gladiator. Okay. So let's then... It normally has a light PPC and 2 medium lasers. And an SRM-6. Okay. It's okay, I suppose. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let's get this ready to go. That mission was painful. There's no doubt about it. We're going to repair everything here. It by default comes with an Engine Core 275. And we are going to put in... I mean, maybe a 360. I don't really like a 360. That already puts us overweight. We would have to drop this SRM ammo, these jump jets, for sure. And then we would definitely need an XL engine on this. Absolutely. What if instead we turn this into a fire support platform? Gave it like an engine core 185. And then had it be like a long-range PPC boat. We don't have any clan heat sinks on hand, which is very unfortunate for us. We may want to have a clan engine XL. That's very expensive. We're not going to have a clan engine XL. At least not right now. And then the idea here would be that this would have, maybe disregard this missile slot here and give it like an awesome loadout, like a triple PPC sort of thing. I don't know. That's not necessarily the best. Not necessarily the best at all. I would love it to be ER PPCs. I mean, we could give it dual heavy PPCs. What is the range on those? Okay, kind of decent. And then slot everything else pretty much into, well, first off, armor. We would need ferrofibrous on this for sure. And, I mean, endocomposite is the best we've got right now, which would get us 5 tons for heat sinks. Now, these are going to be single heat sinks, so they are not going to be particularly great. This loadout isn't going to work. I can tell you that right now. We do have some free heat sinks here, so that's nice. But not enough. I don't know, maybe like some sort of a heat exchanger? That might be good. Where did that go? No, seriously, where did that go? The heat exchanger. It didn't seem to use up any tonnage. And I'm not sure where it went. It appears to be invisible. Okay. So we could put in another heatsink here. That puts us at net negative 21 heat. Oh, it went up here. Of course, I'm dumb. I mean, we could also put in cool shot. That would help. Which I believe requires activation, right? Yeah, 5% failure chance on activation, but it also just gives a flat 6 heat reduction per turn. That's not bad. We can drop some tonnage in our legs. We're not going to be storing any armor there. And then we can cram in one final heatsink on this. Bring this down to be something like that. I mean, it's kind of okay, actually. This is a net negative of 11 heat. And it has jump heat. But we don't have jump jets, so I don't think that's necessarily a problem. Now, this can be upgraded pretty dramatically, but it'll do for now. 23 days to get that online. And with that, it's long past time to put a cut in here. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're probably going to look to do something a little bit simpler. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'll see you all next time.